Comfortable, yeah, definitely I am. It's a great team. The people here are really good. I've completely made use of everybody around me, and then the team as well. It's so consistent in what we do. And one thing that I would actually say is very different here is how much work we put in. We spend a lot of hours at practice. We make sure we intentional practice is what I would call it. We work on what we want to do. And yeah, it's just that I think having stable minds around you helps a lot. Have a clear plan, be committed to whatever you want to do. Yeah, he's right. When you know you're playing a pretty similar team to the last year, you know what your team can give you. And at the start of the tournament, it was not even like we were completely outplayed. We were completely in games till the last over, and then we lost a game. So when you lose such games of cricket, I think Shubman also has seen enough cricket in his life so far. And as a captain, you can actually be on top of things and then say, okay, how did things go wrong? Why did we lose? And then it just makes it easier for you to be in a place of clarity when you know people around you, the players around you, the support staff around you is pretty consistent. So I think that's where Shubman also has been a captain of that sort.
Okay. Prasidh, back to your own craft. In this IPL, we have seen teams getting 200, 220 pretty consistently, and teams also chasing such big targets quite often in this IPL. So, as a bowler, like how important it is for you to have the kind of variations and mix them up to stay out of the batters.
Yeah, it is very, very important as bowlers. You try and make sure the average scores only keep going down. And yeah, it's about all the work that you put in behind scenes where you prepare for situations, pitches, grounds, batsmen, and all of those things, and make sure you execute because this is such a high skill tournament that the room for error is pretty less. So it definitely helps when you have a great set of bowlers alongside you at practice at games as well.
And Prasidh, talking about the variation thing, we have got one of the best slow bounces in this tournament I have seen across. So, how do you start working on that? And can you tell us about the work you put behind that delivery, please?
It's a very funny thing because I just ended up trying it at practice. One of our net bowlers, Darshan Nalkande, was bowling it and then spoke to him. He told me how to do it. Felt really good in one of the practice sessions that I did and just took it to the game. The It was just about feeling confident and trusting your delivery and trusting your team to let you do what you want to do. And then when things work out, it works out. But there was a lot of work that went behind bowling that one in the game.
And Prasidh, again, talking about your bowling, you are basically a fast bowler who can hit close to 150 kilometer per hour with the ball. So, is this sort of, how do you sort of restrain your urge to bowl that quickly every time and go back to variation slow bowl, slow bouncer or a slow yorker or a wide delivery? So, how do you keep that urge to, bowl fast and do resource to your variations?
There is no urge. I think we bowled 24 balls in a T20 game. When your fastball gets hit over the boundary multiple times, all that you got to do is what can I do better now? So if it means that's a slower one or a bouncer or a yorker, you just go to that. You don't really come pre-prepared saying this is how many balls I'm going to bowl fast. But then definitely bowling fast helps you because it just gives you that little bit of a room versus batsmen. That's
Like in this format, it's given that you will go for few runs in 1 hour. 15 runs or 20 runs over is bound to happen at some stage. So how do you quickly regroup and come back to the next over? What's your mindset? What you tell yourself, or how do you recover from that?
Yeah, I think sport in itself is such a blessing that every single day you start afresh. And T20 is even further, if you have to bring it down further, it's about every single ball. There may be a day when you have bowled 23 balls and gone for 65 runs, but then you have to defend three of one ball, you're still in the game. So you can still bowl a great ball and win the game for your team. So that's how you can break it down and say, okay, it's 24 events that I'm being part of. Even if 23 go really bad for you, it's the 24th ball that can actually make a difference and win the game to the team. So that's the thought process behind, being a fast bowler. And it definitely helps when you can bring it down to that level.
Sure. Couple of last questions, Prasidh. So you generally operate in that phase between 7 and 17 hours, right outside the power play. So that's the time when batsmen really sort of, after that initial big hitting spree, they come out and sort of settle down and try to maximize what they did in the power play by scoring a little more cautiously. So how do you plan your wicket? Because you got 14 wickets in eight matches this season. So how do you plan your wicket taking at that time?
I don't plan for it, sir. If I could plan, I would have planned for 40 wickets. But it's just about coming and bowling the right deliveries there, making sure you know what the intent of the batsman is. Just read the situation, have a team plan, have clarity about what you want to do, and just commit to doing that.
Okay. And one last question is like, and this IPL, particularly in this IPL, we have seen guys like Hazelwood, Rabada, and yourself, of course, bowling that hard length, the test match length, what people say. So is that one of the best ways to sort of minimize the damage the batsmen do and restrict them?
That's not the only way for sure. That the hard length definitely works, but there are multiple ways somebody can bowl great Yorkers. Lasith Malinga did it, Jasprit Bumrah does it. So it's just about what's your strength, what is the right ball on that ground at that situation, and then you just end up bowling a lot more of that.
Yeah. And sorry, just adding one question. You talk about the clarity of minds around you. So in the last 2 years, at least for 2 months' time or 2.5 months' time, you've been bowling alongside guys like Rabada, Rashid, or Siraj at night. So what are the conversations, and how much it helped you to better yourself as a bowler?
Yeah, it does. It does help me better myself a lot because when you're dealing with the greats in the game, you Siraj, Rabada, Holder, Rashid. In fact, the new guys as well, the up and coming guys that are there in our team also have a lot of skill. So as a bowler, you are always looking to learn from each other, keep chatting. It's not just in practice, but it's also outside in our team rooms, at meals, in the buses. We keep chatting and then keep trying to learn from each other.